guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad to have you guys here. So in my last video I promised that I was going to make a vlog, more like a video. I'm going to make a video telling you guys about my NYSC experience. So today I'll just be answering 3 questions, and which is number 1, where should I serve? What is God's will as relating to NYSC? And the last question is, should I redeploy? So if you're a prospective Corp member, this video is going to be very helpful, helping you to navigate making your decisions and all. And if you're a serving Corp member, it's also going to be helpful. So stay tuned as we go through the ride. Going to the first question, where should I serve? So I'll just be giving you guys a little story about how mine went, and this is not in any way trying to enforce it on you, but it's going to be helpful for you trying to make a decision. So when I saw my name in Bayelsa, because I served in Bayelsa, and I saw my name in Bayelsa, I never had it in mind that I was going to serve there. I just wanted to go to the orientation camp and then probably redeploy back to Abuja. So but on my way going to Bayelsa, I just got a text from a mentor. He was like, I feel you should serve in Bayelsa, that he feels the Spirit of God telling me that I should serve in Bayelsa. So I was like, okay, I've heard, but I knew what was on my mind. So when I got to Bayelsa, there were some striking things that happened that made me know that this is where I was supposed to serve. So prior to this time, one point I want you to know is that before you take a decision as paramount as this, you should ask God for direction, right? In my own case, I won't say I took our time to say I asked God, like, God, where should I go and all that. It just happened that I had this dream, because as a believer you should know mediums through which God speaks to you, right? So I had this dream. I dreamt that I did a competition, or so I was in a church and I was being called out and I was given a gift, and at the back of the gift they wrote where I was supposed to work, and I saw the description. It was an oil company and all that. So I woke up from this dream. I was happy. I was like, oh, I'm going to work in an oil company. I never even likened it to anything relating to service. So it was at the end of the day that I started putting all the maths together, and I was like, oh wow, okay, this is what it all means. So as a Christian, as a Christian Corp member, you should have the ability to hear God and to know what He's saying at that time in every situation, even be it in the campground and anywhere. He can actually speak to you. So when I was in camp, I won't say I enjoyed the camp, because I was just so lucky. I couldn't wait to go home. Like I even collected the redeployment form and all that. So, but one thing that helped me confirm that I was supposed to stay in Bayelsa was that during camp, I was just on my own. I was not even going for parade and all that. So it happened that in camp, they do this meditation in the morning, they do morning devotion and all that. So my group, they were looking for who to contest for Miss Camp. I was in platoon 5. So I just came to collect food, and my platoon leader was like, you this girl, you don't have to do anything, come here, that I should contest. And I told him, no, so I cannot do that. That all the music they are playing there, I cannot dance to all those songs. I don't even know how to dance, and there is against my faith. That's what I said, that I cannot dance to all those songs. So he was like, okay. So one day again, I was just passing, and he called me again that they need somebody to do meditation. That I hope I'm not going to say I'm not doing that. I said, okay, I'll do that. That even if it's debate, no problem, I will do it, but just for me not to contest. So I did meditation for my platoon. We spoke on unity. So I did meditation, I read it. I also did morning devotion, lead praise and worship and all. So I felt fulfilled. I was like, oh yes, I've done something at least for my platoon. So it got to a time where they're looking for somebody to do debates. So he called me again. He said, remember you told me you're going to do debates? Then I was like, I've not done debates in my life before. I can't even stand like where there's crowds. I can be very shy. So I told him I can't do it. He said I must do it. He was just on me. He was so angry that I don't want to do anything, that if they fail, it's my fault and all. And I'm actually I was just very reserved in camp for me to come and do debates. I've never done it in my life. Even my secondary school, I've just been a background person. So, but he said I should not worry, I won't be the lead speaker. I'll be like the number 2. So I'll just chip in. I was okay, no problem. So I wrote out my points. And we rehearsed. So on the D-Day, just some minutes for us to go up to go and do the debate. The girl that was supposed to be my leader or something, she just started having a panic attack or something, and she said she cannot do it again. Like, it was just like few minutes for us to do it, and they were like, okay, now there's no choice, I have to lead it. They went to bring one girl. They were like, okay, not one girl actually, Stella. They said we are going to do it together. God, at that moment I was like, God just help me, God just help me. I was just going there to just go and read what I have and then forget about and just get out. So because you know how debate can be now, people will just be there, good day Mr. Chairman, this one, walking up and down, they'll be doing. I was like, I don't even have this strength, like I don't have that agility. So we went there, we talked about leadership. I just gave my speech. Okay, I'm going to drop all the videos. I just want to do this video telling you guys how it went. I'm going to drop all the videos about how, okay, the little videos I have of my debates and every other thing. But for this video, I went up there, I just read what I have. I even quoted the Bible passage and I know in the crowd, you're like, this kind of who is this one again? And I talk about leadership, how Jesus said that as a leader you should serve your subjects instead of you just being there and say they should serve you. So I spoke on all that. So when it came to the point of when they were giving out the prizes, who won and all, they started calling from number 10, number 8, number 9, like they were just calling. And I noticed number 4 were still standing, number 3 were still standing. I was like, what am I still doing here? To me, I didn't feel like we did anything. They called till number 2. It got to some point, I was just looking at everybody like, what's happening? Till number 1, they say we won. And it was really a big win for my platoon because my platoon was very whack. Like, I'm sorry to say, they were failing everything, failing dance, failing football, failing everything. So they said we won. I was so shocked. So leaving there, from there, I was like, what's happening? Immediately it happened, my mind just went straight to the dream I had, where I collected a gift and all that. And then when I was in camp, I noticed I was having this burden for prayer. The way I was praying was just so different. I'll wake up at night, I won't be able to sleep. The burden was too much because in camp, you know how camp can be. Nobody's sending nobody, everybody just having fun, you get, and nobody really noticing anything. I wasn't just myself, I was just having burden there. And I just felt like this is a place I would love to be. So that's for me, that's how I knew where I was supposed to serve. I just noticed I was just having burden for this place. I felt like I can do more. And then that dream I just told you about, it might not be like a big thing though, but since I was the one that had the dream, I knew what it meant because the environment just looked like what I saw in the dream. So I was like, okay, maybe God is saying something through this. So that's the number 1 question. So our second question, which is, should I redeploy? So this answer I would give here, it just depends on you. It depends on what you want. It depends on why you want to redeploy. Most people want to redeploy because they are working somewhere already and then maybe their bosses and all, they are so fond of them, or they just like the environment and they want to go back. But the answer I'll be giving now is, if you really don't have anything on ground before NYSC, I don't see any reason wanting to redeploy if you don't have anything on ground, or maybe not security reasons or health reasons and all that. That's what NYSC says, right? But if you don't have anything on ground, why not just take a time out and enjoy this 1 year somewhere else, change the environment and all. For me, on the day we were giving our paper, I don't know what they call it again, telling us where we are to, giving us our PPA, right? On that day, I was expecting it to be Yenegua. Reason being that I felt like, okay, I won the debate, at least I should have a good record. They should give me Yenegua, the state capital, where I'll be very close to, maybe I can run home and come back and all that. So, and there's this local government that everybody dreaded so far, like dreaded so much that nobody wants to go there. They feel you're going to cross the water, it's so far, blah blah blah. So when I collected my paper, I just saw Brass Island. Brass Island, let me tell you, is a place that when you get to state capital of Bayelsa State, you're going to take a car for 2-3 hours to the water side, and when you get to the water side, 2-3 hours on water in a speedboat to get to that island. That island is covered, is surrounded by water. So that's where they posted me. Immediately I got my paper, I just started walking. Like I was just walking, I was just lost. I just started walking and I was going. My friends that we came from Abuja to the camp, they just ran like, Rejoice, what's up? What happened? Let's see. They saw Brass. Everybody was so sorry for me. You know when you were carrying your life, you just gonna carry your life jacket, and everybody will be like, sorry, because everybody, people even walked it to go to the state capital. But I saw Brass Island. At that moment, I just felt like, I'm leaving. I started calling my father, started calling my mother, I started crying, like I want to go. I refused to report to my PPA that day. I went home, and on my way going home, I actually stopped in a mentor's place, and then he was like, he was going to help me to walk this thing back to Abuja. So at some point, he told me that he feels I should just go back there, that they're asking for money and he doesn't want to give money, and not just money, he feels I should go back there. And at this time, God has already started speaking to me also. How did God speak to me? I went to my sister's place. She just gave birth, so I was in the hospital just going around, mugo things, going to get drugs and all. And during those times, I just, you know how the Holy Spirit speaks, right? It will just come like a suggestion. It will just come like, what if you see it like this? What if, like, it was just coming? It was just like my reasoning just opened, and I started reasoning the other way. I was like, okay, let me just go there. What if I'll just have the time out to think straight, to build on myself? I was just having different reasons why I should go there. Mind you, Brass Island is not where ordinarily, if my parents even know how, like I made them, I didn't even allow them even know how the place is called, if they had known. So that's how it went. And then during those times when I just gave myself to prayer also, I was like, God, what are you saying? Should I not? That was when I even started praying. Not even before going to camp. It was after I got into that drama, I started praying, God, should I go? Should I not go? So when the Holy Spirit started speaking to me, started giving me some nuggets, started giving me some reasons why I should. So I decided, okay, I was going to go. So when I got to Brass Island, I wasn't happy. To say the truth, I wasn't happy. I was still working on my redeployment. And then after a week or two, I had my confirmation that I was supposed to stay there, because there was this kind of peace I felt when I got there. I felt this peace, even though the place was not looking like what I expected, or my first time leaving home. I felt peace. At the end of the day, my dad worked my redeployment, and he worked, and he told me that, I can't forget, he said, okay, now the ball is in my court. If I want to stay there, fine. If I want to come, fine. So I took that strong decision that I wasn't going back home. And it was a decision that I will never forget in a lifetime, because I enjoyed every bit of my NYSC. Hey guys, so the third question, which is like the main highlight of this video, which is, what is the will of God concerning NYSC? So when I was in camp, because I attended this NCCF gathering. NCCF, there's always NCCF in every camp. They call for prayer, we do our meetings and all that. So I attended every section. So there was this section that I think it's the state general secretary. He came and he was telling us how NYSC came into being, how there was even a prophecy as relating to NYSC, how a white man, I've forgotten his name now, gave a prophecy that a time will come where youth will be littered all around the nation, and they'll carry the counsel of God together with why they are being littered around the nation. I'm not, this is not the word for word though, but something like that. Youth is going to be littered all around the nation, and they will carry the counsel of God. And he said that after some time, the scheme NYSC came, and then he gave a platform for evangelism. He gave a platform that youths were going everywhere around the nation. They posted youth everywhere, and they also took the counsel of God with them. So that's what he told us concerning NYSC. And I believe NYSC is a scheme that God is also using for his own purpose. God is using NYSC for his own purpose, because they tend to post you where you've never been before. You tend to see a lifestyle that is different from what you know before, and then a change, it might either change you, or you change the environment you're being posted to. You have time to develop yourself mentally, spiritually. You have time. During my NYSC time, I had no thinking that I want to go and do chores. You know, chores as a lady, when you're in your family house, chores, messages, a lot of things will not make you even concentrate. But I had time to myself. I had peace. I could read whenever I like, could sleep whenever I like, I could fast whenever I like. It gave me time. So NYSC is actually a time that you can actually just have time for yourself. It's just a 1 year scheme. So why not skip that 1 year scheme to build up yourself? That is number one. And number two, what is the will of God concerning NYSC? You know, God's will for us is for us to grow. His will for us is to come close to him. So when you see a scheme like that could actually aid you all these benefits, why not give it a try? Because most times we tend to say, want to redeploy, want to go back home, and then you come home to the normal, like it's still the normal thing. Like I said from the start, I'm not enforcing this on anybody that you have to serve wherever you're being posted to. By the way, if you're posted where there's insecurity, why stay there? Because your life is when you have your life that you can actually even be a product for God, or you can actually work for God. But if you're posted somewhere that if you're posted somewhere and then you have this unrest, because most of the times me and my friends that went to camp, they were trying to make decisions. They were having this unrest. Should I stay? Should I not stay? It was so strong. And at the end of the day, some people even regretted. They wish they had stayed because they felt that they were supposed to stay, but they just went because everybody was going. And you know how NYSC camp can be. Everybody be like, my deployment has worked. So what about you? And you say you didn't reply. They're like, you look like there's something wrong with you. So a lot of people left because their friends left. So another important aspect of NYSC is the side, which is the skill acquisition. This is where you can actually work on yourself. You can actually have a skill, you develop a skill. So during this 1 year, you have the time to enroll in anyone. I think they have makeup, they have tailoring, they have catering services, they have the media, they have a lot of schemes that you can just put into one, and then you build yourself. I've seen a lot of people that after NYSC, you see them, they are doing big. Like my friend, I was speaking with my friend today. There's this girl, she does bags. She learned it during her NYSC year. And there's also this lady I know, she does cakes, she does chops and all that. It was during her NYSC year that she took the time to learn. I also did makeup, even though I knew how to do makeup for them, but I did a masterclass in makeup, and it also helped me. So if you want to go into business, and even if you don't want to go into business, NYSC year, that 1 year is the right time for you to learn what you want to learn and develop yourself in every way possible. So during this time, this NYSC year, that 1 year, I was opportunity to serve in NCCF. I served as the zonal coordinator of my local government, and this also helped me spiritually, because at that time that we had this roster for morning devotion and all that. So like in a week, I'll be called upon to preach like 3 times in a week. After every morning devotion, they tell us, okay, this person will be preaching tomorrow, this person will be taking praise and worship. I really didn't have this time in I really didn't have this kind of time in my university age. I really didn't do a lot of fellowship, but in the NYSC scheme, I was able to enjoy everything that the university fellowship was doing. All the rural rugged, I cannot remember rural rugged, I cannot forget rural rugged. It was a very, 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 very good experience. I enjoyed evangelism, I enjoyed everything. You just see young people burning for God, like we're all together. I enjoyed every bit of it. I was opportune to go for Genco and other meetings under NCCF, and it was really, 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 really a good time. So if you are a prospective Corp member, I would advise that you give it a thought again. A Christian prospective Corp member, you don't have to take rash decisions. You don't have to jump into making decisions. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to that your 1 year. There's a lot to it, a lot that can be added to your life. I also remember, and if you can also relate, that Apostle Harry Osai can never forget his NYSC experience. He always talks about it in Kano, how he even calls it going to the mission field, right? Not even NYSC, because of the encounters he had. And also, one striking thing about my experience is that at my NYSC year, that was when God gave me a lot of things concerning my life, because I had time. I could pray, I could wait on God, I could ask him questions. He told me a lot of things about myself. He told me a lot of things I'm going to do after NYSC, what I should venture in, and a lot of things. You have time. You have time. So I will advise you, as a Christian prospective Corp member, to take your time to make your decision. Put God in every decision you're going to be making during this time. Don't just make decision because you feel, okay, this is the best for now. I want to go home because I want to save money. You see, most of the time you say want to save money. I can remember that my state was even paying like 120,000 naira at the end of the year. I saved that money. I tried saving that money. At the end of the day, what did I even use? I think I used it to buy phone or something. We don't have to chase money all the time. What you get at the end of the day, you cannot compare it to the money you think you want to save. You will save. So people die every day. People fall sick every day. And oh, sorry, my lighting just went off. So I'll be running this video here. Thank you for staying with me. I have a lot to talk about, but I hope and I pray that this blesses you. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. Love you. God bless you.